All right, guys, what's happening? Good morning. Good morning to you. It is Tuesday, May 11th, 2021. This morning, we're going to talk about fact checking yourself. What are the different areas of life that you got to make sure you are living right, you are telling the truth, you are surrounded by people who are telling you the truth? We're going to dig into that this morning. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, what's happening, guys? Good morning to you. Happy Tuesday. This morning's topic, guys, is one that as I started digging into it, as I started, preparing for this episode, it got me really excited because I think that this is a huge missing piece for so many people. They are capable of so much more, but surrounded by people that don't necessarily tell them the truth, and so they sell themselves short. And so I would ask you this morning to listen closely and analyze your own situation, analyze your own life. And first and foremost, ask yourself if you have put yourself in a situation by the way that you kind of request things of people or the way that you react to feedback. If you've put yourself in a situation where people have stopped telling you the truth, or if maybe you're just surrounded by the wrong people that don't tell you the truth, people that are more worried about everybody being comfortable than they are you growing. How many people can relate to that? I think that it's really important for us to recognize who we're surrounded by. And the issue that most people have is that we've created an environment in our society where we're more worried about people feeling good than we are telling the truth. We're more worried about what other people are doing than we're worried about what we're actually doing. We're more worried about all the external things than we are about having our own life be exactly the way that we want it. And so I ask you this question to start off. Are you really telling the truth to yourself, to others? And if you're not, it's okay, guys. Sometimes the truth is difficult to deal with. But if you want to achieve at a high level, if you want to get to that next version of yourself, you want to get to that place that you know you're capable of, it all starts with telling yourself the truth. It starts with telling other people the truth about where you are. The word vulnerable is, overused in today's world, but that's what it takes. It takes you being vulnerable with yourself and with other people to be able to actually get to that point where you know yourself well enough to get to the next level. We're going to dig into this in some detail this morning, but man, this is one that I think a lot of people need to hear. So if you guys agree with me, please share this out. I don't ask for that very often, but please share this out because I think that a lot of people need to hear this message. But first, I want to say good morning to everybody. Christina, Jared, Trisha, Tammy, Patricia, so good to have you here. So good. Patricia was here, in the very beginning of Morning Perspective. And so good to have you here. It was so good to hear from you the other day in the comments of one of my posts. And so glad to have you here this morning. Matt, what's happening, man? Sanjay, Vicky, and Jesse, good morning to you guys, and thanks for being here. And Hal Davis, good morning, my brother. So, are you really telling yourself the truth? Now, ask yourself the next question is, are the people that you're following, are the people that you are admiring, are they telling the truth? Because if you're following people on social media, there's a chance that you're following some people that make it look a lot different than it really is. One of the things that I take extremely serious is to tell the truth in every aspect. When things are a little tough, I try to share that. I am careful of how to share it because I never want to come across as somebody that's complaining, but I also want to share some of the difficulties because I think that people, learn from those difficulties that we have. And so it's important for you to recognize if somebody is or isn't sharing some of the difficulties, right? For me, some of those difficulties are balancing business, being a husband, being a father. Those difficulties are real, right? And so I try to share that, and I share, as much as I can. I never want to come across as somebody that's whining. I have a life that I dreamed of years ago, so I never want to come across like that. But I try to tell people what's actually going on. And so if you're following people that make life look like a highlight reel, but it seems in the background like something doesn't necessarily add up, I would be careful about taking advice from those people because the chances are they're probably not telling you the truth. And when I say they're not telling you the truth, I'm not saying that they're always lying to you. I'm telling you when there's a missing piece all the time or often, or they leave certain things out, that's not telling the truth. And so ask yourself if those people that you're following, are they actually authentic? Do you have that hunch that maybe they're not? Like, are they really authentic? Are they really letting you into their life? Are they really telling you the truth? If you have that hunch that maybe they're not, you're probably right. And so the next step of this is, are you surrounding yourself with people that tell the truth? Even when it's brutal, even when it's not good news. One of the things that I am like a stickler on is people telling me the truth. Like, if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, or I'm running behind on something, or I'm falling short on something, I'm not doing my part, I want to know, right? Because I don't want anybody to ever feel that way about me and me miss it. Because anything that I'm doing that's falling short, hurting somebody else, whatever it is, it's not intentional. And certainly I wouldn't be doing it if there was an option for me to not do it. Because my goal is to deliver at the very highest level on everything that I possibly can. And so ask yourself this question, though, because a lot of people will say that. But how do you respond when somebody gives you feedback? For me, I make it a point to thank people that tell me the truth, that give me the feedback that I need to be able to grow. And here's the facts, guys. As you become more successful, less people will tell you the truth. That's a fact. If you're in leadership, less people will tell you the truth. As you become more successful, less people will tell you the truth. There's a certain level of natural intimidation that people have to tell the truth to people that are in leadership positions. The only way you can solve that is to repeatedly tell people that you want to know the truth. And by the way, that goes for anybody. That's in any position, anywhere. You should constantly be reminding people of your pursuit of getting significantly better. Because the only way that you're going to get the cold, hard facts from people is if you open the door for them to give them to you. And so for me, I am constantly trying to tell people what I am trying to accomplish, the road that I'm on, and that I want to know everything. If there's something that I'm not doing, if there's something that somebody else isn't doing, that somebody is afraid to tell the truth to, give it to me and I will deliver the message, and I'll do it tactfully. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. If you don't live a life, if you don't fact check yourself, if you don't live a life where you are grounded in the facts and in the truth, and you are encouraging the people around you to tell you the truth and to tell the truth to everybody else that's on your team, in your family, in your life, you will never, ever, ever achieve your true potential. It's just a fact. Because we live in this world, guys, where people want to feel good more than they actually want to be good. They want to be given a trophy for something that they didn't actually win. And what a shame. I just put a post up about this morning. What a shame that we worry about people's feelings more than we worry about the true feeling of accomplishment. Because let me tell you something, guys. You want to talk about a serious problem in society. When you start rewarding people for stuff that they didn't actually do, or for things that don't actually matter, or making a big deal out of little things because you want to make people feel good, man, what a shame. Because you are stealing from that person's future. You cannot recognize things that don't deserve to be recognized. This is just how life works. It's not meant to be easy. And if we don't tell each other the truth, and we don't create this environment where the truth is okay. Now, this all goes with detail, right? It obviously, there's a level of respect that has to be there for people to be able to receive the truth and be able to use it for good, right? If you're just running around being a jerk, telling people stuff and being disrespectful, that's not effective either. But real friends, real leaders, the people that genuinely care about you at work, at home, they will tell you the truth, and they'll give it to you straight, especially when it's difficult. I've made a rule this year in my life that when something is bad news, I tell people quick, right? I don't want to overthink it. I just want to go and deliver that news. When it's really bad news, I tell them quicker. That's the rule that I'm living by, right? When something is not right, it is your responsibility to that other person to let them know. And we have created this society where people literally want to feel good more than they want to be good. And what a shame, because we are stealing. If you allow people to do that to you and you have children, you are going to teach your children the same thing. And guys, it doesn't work. It's not reality. You can't hand out trophies to people that didn't earn them. You can't hand out recognition for things that don't make a difference just to make somebody feel good. To feel good is to be good. Like the real version of being good. You steal somebody's potential to be exceptional if you recognize them for the wrong things. So ask yourself, are you fact-checking yourself? Are you telling yourself the truth? And are you telling the truth to those people around you? Because the world gets better when we're all honest with each other, when we all speak freely, and we all listen to understand, not to respond. But it starts with all of us telling each other the truth, all of us being able to accept the truth for what it is, all of us being willing to listen to somebody else's opinion, even when we don't agree, and have healthy conflict as a result. If there's one thing that I've learned in the last year, it is the value of conflict, the value of leaning into conflict, knowing that there's massive growth in that journey to get through it. As Matt just said, accountability is not a bad thing, guys. Being accountable to yourself, being accountable to others, it's how you get better. You don't get better by comfort. You don't get better by anybody recognizing you for something that doesn't matter. If you want growth, if you want progress, it comes from discomfort. That's all I got for you this morning, guys. I hope this was helpful for you. I appreciate all of you being here, and I will see you again tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. Love you guys. Thanks for being here.